to another Seattle sport.
Yep.
The NFL, pretty wild week, pretty fun.
Very good week.
I personally am not like a avid follower of the NFL. I don't love the NFL. I do follow it, but like I don't do fantasy. I don't do, so it's hard for me to kind of keep up when I don't do that. I love college football. A lot more. Every time I do that, you should put a Coug logo up for me. But to me, it was fun because like the teams that are 2-0 shouldn't be 2-0. The teams that are 1-1 shouldn't be 1-1. Some teams that are 0-2 should not be 0-2.
Yeah, I saw this post. I don't know if it was ESPN, but it was like all the 2-0 teams. It was like, oh, they're pretenders, oh, they're contenders.
Yeah, those come out.
It's kind of
year.
a fun like to look at because I know that for the Vikings are 2-0, but a lot of people are like, nah, I don't see it actually happening.
Sam Darnold. We can start right there really quick before I go in. Sam
looks
Darnold
good.
lit up the 49ers defense. And that was without his number
crazy.
2 wide receiver and number 1 tight end, and Jefferson left injured. I don't know what his injury is, but he left early. Sam Darnold is, I think this is what proves to a lot of people of wrong situations. The Jets, every quarterback is, it's not going to work there. But then he was a backup
Panthers. And
then was a backup. Yeah, he was playing with the Panthers. And the Panthers, again, kind of like the Jets right now. They're just
And then he
terrible.
just sat on the 49ers, which honestly kind of a good thing.
Yeah, he learned, and that could be why he played so well, is he just knew the team. But he looked so good. I'm happy for him because I love to see that. I mean, he went 17 for 26, 268 yards, 2 touchdowns, and interception, had 109 rate QBR. I think his QBR was actually 63, but his rating was a 109. He looked really good. Yeah. Justin Jefferson obviously had a 97-yard touchdown, which helps.
That was awesome.
But again, you look at that and you kind of go, that's not the team that should be 2-0, but that division is now kind of, especially with
Green Bay.
Love being injured.
Hey, Malik Willis did pull out the win. So
100%. No, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying because Detroit's going to be good, but they haven't been good.
How good they are.
Chicago doesn't look like it's
Caleb Williams is not there. I'm sorry. Not yet.
He's
figured it out.
Yeah, he's definitely you can tell he's a rookie.
Yeah.
And then Green Bay, you just go kind of can't like you said, can Willis
sneak it out?
Can he hold this on for a little bit longer than where he's at? I don't know. But again, if Minnesota just wins, but that still brings up my question is like, say Sam Darnold takes him to the playoffs. What do? Do they franchise tag him and try to trade him? Do they franchise tag him, give him a 4-year deal? Because I don't think he's going to demand a lot of money. You give him $25 million a year. What does that do for JJ? Do you look at JJ and go, hey, you're young. The day that Sam has a couple bad games, we'll throw you in. Do we trade him for some first-round picks?
I don't feel like. Yes, McCarthy's
I don't
talented,
think you trade him.
I just don't know if you can get a first-round pick for him.
I think you'll easily be able to get a first.
I don't know.
I think you'd get at least one. Minimum.
It'd be tough because
just the potential he has and how young
he has
is.
a lot of potential. I'm not saying
I would
that,
agree,
but
but
it's
yeah.
I feel like it's a weird situation.
Yeah. And then kind of I'm going to keep following you with just I'm going to go over the teams that are 0-2 that mean anything. Colts don't care. No. Titans don't care.
Will Levis
Giants
game again.
Yeah, I know. Giants
backwards pass.
Giants really don't care. My Commanders, who's not my team, but I just have high hopes on them. They somehow won that. I don't really know how.
Yeah.
Panthers, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Jaguars.
Bryce Young benched, by the way.
That is a big story. Bryce Young benched for Andy Dalton.
Honestly, I feel like it's a good thing because I think Bryce Young has been forced into a situation that's not good.
Yeah.
He's just not doing well. Give him a break. Obviously, he's talented. He won the Heisman. He wouldn't have been taken first overall if they didn't think he was good. But clearly, whatever he's doing, whatever the offense he's running is not working. So give him a step back. Andy Dalton's a proven starter. No, they're not going to go to the playoffs, but maybe he'll learn something.
Well, and I agree, and
maybe
I think
you can
that
see it from a different perspective.
There's the idea that I believe, and I could be totally wrong. Sports move so fast now that it's hard to
guys like Baker Mayfield did not do good in the Panthers system.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, both those guys are now starting and doing well on other teams.
Yeah,
so
but
it's not Bryce Young. I don't know.
What I was also going to say was, as I'm looking at this is what I believe. He went into Alabama as a freshman, sophomore, and junior and started out the years. I believe his freshman year he came in later after it might have been Jalen Hurts or someone else got hurt. And he came in and filled the role. I can't remember.
It could have been Tua at that because Tua came after Jalen Hurts.
It could have been Tua then.
Yeah, it was.
I think someone got hurt.
That's a whole nother story.
Yeah,
Tua,
we'll touch on Tua. Don't worry. But he came in as a freshman, but he's at Alabama. Like,
Yeah.
So I always say like there's a difference. Like you can use a Josh Allen, a Gardner Minshew, a Caleb Williams. All these guys have been on programs in college that weren't like
superstar programs.
Yeah, they're not loaded with the entire team should go to the NFL.
Yeah.
You know, so you go from that to the Panthers, which people have jokingly already said they're going to join the Pac-12.
Seriously,
Like, it's a big
Yeah.
step for him to be like, okay, I'm throwing to, I don't know, I can't remember
Adam
exactly
Thielen's
who
not
he's,
bad, but
but he's old. But I
yeah.
agree. But it's one of those things where you go from guys that can in college cut and they're 5 yards open like that, unless they're playing Georgia.
yeah.
And so now you're going against guys that are cornerbacks are quicker than the wide receivers. The reads, I think there's more to it, but I agree. I think benching him, letting him just learn, getting him some space, he's going to be fine. But, you know, the hope that I have is that Carolina doesn't look at it and go, we're benching you, we're going to go draft a new quarterback. Because
Yeah, not yet.
I don't
mean,
think-
it hasn't worked out. But look what, like I said, look around him. Like they haven't helped him out.
yeah, exactly.
So-
And I mean, there's so many different things that, you know, some quarterbacks take some years to kind of like, look at Mahomes. Now Mahomes has a loaded team now, but Mahomes he was nothing his couple first years. I mean, Tom Brady didn't really he got thrown into the fire and he was actually pretty good.
Yeah,
But like,
He was very good.
yeah, he was kind of the one. But like, there's a bunch of, like, Peyton Manning,
Baker
I remember wasn't
Mayfield?
great. Baker Mayfield's
That's a
taking some
great
years to
example
get.
right now.
Russell Wilson, to me, Russell Wilson was not good for the Seahawks in his first couple
was
years.
fine.
He was carried by the defense, and people give him so much credit of blah blah blah, which is fine. But I agree.
He also,
Give him
the thing with Russell Wilson is he had his legs.
Yeah.
So it made a big difference where he's
Mm-hmm.
able to overcome for his arm. And then later years, obviously, he got better as a passer. But
100%.
that's what made him a decent quarterback is the fact that he could escape and just make plays.
100%.
So,
And we can talk on that because I'll touch on that little offensive scheme a little later.
okay.
Other 0-2s, Jaguars, not shocking, but a little bit weird.
I mean, Trevor Lawrence, everyone thinks I don't think he's good, but
He's good, but he's not. I don't like. He's kind of like what I guess if you were to say this, he's my Josh Allen.
oh, I see. Yeah.
People literally think he's Mount Rushmore, and I'm like, no, he's not. But I can agree with that. I think people think the same thing about Trevor. I think he's good. I don't think he's that good.
I don't see it personally, but
Yeah, I don't know. That team's just not clicking. That division is still really wide open, I guess. Besides, it's the Texans.
But the the thing is, the Texans really. I mean, they're 2-0, but they haven't looked.
Their defense has looked really good.
defense
The
has been
offense,
very good.
definitely, you're seeing a little bit of a sophomore slump out of Stroud, but
But Joe Mixon looks good.
Joe Mixon's a
that's
great pickup.
Super convenient for them because they can.
and you know they're going to figure it out. They still got Diggs. They still have all this wide
Nico
receiving
Collins,
talent.
Tank Dell, Dalton
They-
Schultz.
the
It's
team's-
ridiculous.
They're going to be fine. I'm
Laramie
not even worried about
Tunsil
that.
on the offensive line.
Not even worried about him.
Draft night.
Um,
Great guy.
the Broncos are
Interesting
0-2.
draft night.
Broncos
That's
are
not
0-2.
surprised.
Bo
Not
Nix, and Bo Nix
surprising.
hasn't looked bad. He's thrown some interceptions. He's making rookie mistakes, and that's fine.
Well, that's what's. I mean, what do you expect
gonna
when
happen.
you're forcing the rookie to play on a team that's good but not
Yeah.
great? Like, what do you really?
And the thing that I keep telling people is he's got, arguably, in my opinion, probably besides maybe like Andy Reid and like Sean McVay,
he has a great coach. to help
Sean
him.
Payton is I mean, he made Drew Brees. Like he
Yeah,
is in
Breeze
great
was
hands.
like fine in San Diego. Didn't really do much.
And then he left. We
Then
got traded. Yeah.
And I mean, look at Drew Brees now.
Yeah, he's arguably
So,
statistically one of the best quarterbacks there. Now you get to the weird teams.
sure.
I'm just going to go quick so you can kind of touch on one when you want. Rams, sorry, they played the Cardinals. Rams,
Kyler Murray. Did you see that?
Yeah.
And Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, they're unreal.
That was
You know what's funny? That was
wild.
so Marvin Harrison Sr.
Yeah.
He played however many games, and I think he only had one game over 100 yards, receiving yards,
funny.
and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, yeah.
Marvin
He
Harris
did
did it
in
in
the
his second
second
game.
game. Yeah.
So you have
but it's also a different league.
most totally.
So-
Rams are 0-2. Ravens are 0-2.
The
Bengals
Rams are 0-2? That's
Bengals are 0-2. The Rams lost to Detroit in opening day,
Oh, yeah.
the overtime game, and then they got spanked by
They looked
Arizona.
good,
and
but-
I've been telling people, hey, Arizona's a question mark. They looked good week 1. They should have beat the Bills.
Yeah.
They should be 2-0.
Or-
No, it's the
you're right,
Bills.
the Bills.
They look good. They scored a minimum of 7 points every quarter, 14, 10, 10, 7. Kyler Murray looks comfortable in this offense. The team looks good. It's a question mark. You don't know what you're going to get out of them. The Rams being 0-2 is a little shocking. I think they just were not ready for that game. I don't know why.
Yeah.
They looked bad. The defensive line for them is not looking great, and you're seeing Aaron Donald gone.
That gap
like
is
that
huge.
makes it's impossible. Ravens, we're going to talk about this no matter what because they played the Raiders. Minshew looked solid again.
Pulled
Love
it
it.
out.
They did it.
He did.
He's a game. He's just a
He's a
gamer,
gamer.
guys. 30 for 38, 276, a touchdown, interception. His QBR was only 51. I don't really give a rat's butt about the QBR things. I know it's well you're saying that because Lamar Jackson was 53 and he threw 247, touchdown, and interception. Like you can't get mad about that stat. Now I get it. The QBR that's just going way too far into depth. It's just too much. But Gardner Minshew looked good again. They won. Devontae Adams had 110 yards. Brock Bowers had
I think
98.
He had a sideline catch too, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe you're right. He had one touchdown. The team just looks. They're going to be a weird team, and they look fun. I mean, they're going to be good. You'll see a jersey hanging up here semi soon. I have some other ones I need. I still have to get a Colts one. Still haven't got my Colts merch jersey. I have my Jaguars one. I don't even have an Eagles one. Probably could find that one
Guys,
easy.
so behind.
Yeah, when you have to pay bills, you can't just get jerseys like some people. Over
Hey,
here.
I haven't bought a jersey in a while, so
Yeah, but you
it's
have
just my storage.
563 of them.
Yeah, still haven't ran out.
The Ravens being 0-2 though, losing to Kansas City. So what? Losing to the Raiders
That's kind of tough.
at home for this team that a lot of people actually have. I think I picked them to win.
Yeah, they're
either
definitely
win or
Super
go to
Bowl
the Super.
contenders.
So that's pretty crazy.
For sure.
And then the other one's the Bengals. Which
Honestly, the refs kind of took that game from them.
yeah,
towards
to an
the end.
extent, I could agree with that. I was watching
Joe
it.
Burrow played well. I mean, especially from his second game back from a major injury, he definitely
258 with 2 touchdowns or something like that.
he was good. I just Patrick Mahomes and Harrison Butker are better. That's just
Well,
all
you
there is.
you had a couple of like that pass interference
There
was
was
like,
really
don't know.
nice calls for the Chiefs. So
But yeah, and then let's go before we get to Monday night because that was a fun one. Let's just go 2-0s. The Bills are 2-0. We'll talk about that really quick. Tua, I don't.
You mean
It's
the
hard.
Dolphins?
What?
You said the Bills.
The Bills are 2-0. They played the Dolphins.
Oh, got you.
I don't want to touch on it too much because I don't think it's my place to like tell him what to do. My opinion would be to hang it up because I think
Dude, it's not worth it.
your health and your life and your family is far more important. You did sign a big deal. You do have guaranteed money. I get that that's not like what ultimately matters. Money is not what everything is, but you literally can walk away and be totally fine. Now, I agree with I get it. I was an athlete. You could not have told me after my knee injury just to walk away. Like I would never have done it.
But this is like his 5th time. That's the difference.
When I want to say, I don't know if there
So-
is, but there should be, and I don't know if there is, but there should be a rule after like your 5th concussion, you just are done. Like the NFL just needs to kick you out. Thanks for listening to the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms and make sure to come back to hear more from the Kind of Athletic podcast.